Did you start working in kitchens around 14? Is that accurate?
Yeah, about 14 years old.
And this is country club, right?
At this time, at 14 years old, I was still in the small little town, and I could only wash dishes. I could only walk there. So I spent, my evenings washing dishes in a small diner for $15 a day.
Were you immediately attracted to the atmosphere of a kitchen?
Not immediately. When the owner, who happened to be the chef owner of the diner, he allowed me to start cooking. He allowed me to start peeling potatoes and things like that.
That's cool, right?
And yeah, as a young guy, you're like, anything to do from get away from doing dishes, I'll do whatever you want me to do. And so that stuff became very fun for me. And I started making small challenges with myself, like peeling the cooked potato, trying to hold the skin in its entirety without disrupting it, and all these.
Had you had an interest in food before that?
Never. I mean,
that's funny, yeah.
And it is, because later down the road, when I tell my family that I want to be a chef, when I realize that this is what I want to do, they all kind of looked at me like, "Are you crazy?" Because I would sit at the dinner table like this for hours and hours and hours, and wouldn't eat the meal. And there was two ways of either finish what you have on the plate, or go to bed hungry.
Was it you didn't like what was being okay?
Yeah. I didn't like food. That was just, wasn't interested in it.
Do you see it? Was it a consequence maybe of that you were born with a sophisticated palate?
No.
I'd
like to think that I would probably err on the side that was my mom.
When I look back, I feel like I was a music snob at very young. Whatever gift I had for music voiced itself very early on as snobbery about music.
Oh, maybe. I never looked at it that way. I've always looked at it as like, maybe my mom wasn't the best cook.
Yeah.
And rightfully so.
But you must have maybe I'm guessing, but to do what you do, you must have a pretty sophisticated palate.
Yeah, I think so.
Like a sensitivity.
Yeah.
So, you're working in kitchens, but at that point, do you have any sense that there's a professional life? You're just like a normal kid. You're making some money and.
Yeah, making money. At that point, I knew like I wanted more than what we had. I wanted more. Like, this was not my lifestyle. This was not where I wanted to be in 10 years. And at 14, I'm like, so I'm taking that $15 a day and just saving it. Because at some point I want to, buy a motorcycle to deliver the newspapers quicker, because I also had a paper route. Eventually buy a car, because that's going to get me further away.
Especially in a cold weather state.
Yeah.
No car, no
exactly.
No game.
So that's where I was at. And, I never really thought that this was what I was going to do.